Thanks for your patience, folks. We are back after a quick 10-minute break. We are at item 13 on the agenda, resolutions. We have no resolutions this evening, so that's probably the quickest item we're going to deal with this evening. 14 bylaws. Under 14.1, we do have an amendment to the fee bylaw. Recommendation that bylaw 26-2022 being a bylaw to amend bylaw number 0899 being a bylaw to amend various license fees and other fees and charges be read and passed, signed by the mayor and clerk, and sealed by the seal of the corporation. Could I ask for mover, please? Moved by everybody, Councillor McConnell, seconded by Councillor Young. Comments? Actually, I'm not sure who has this. I'm just looking to Lindsay. She usually takes these.
Through you, Mayor Todd. This is a follow-up from the report that came to the May 16th meeting, where Council got staff to bring back a bylaw to amend the fees. So this bylaw amendment would reflect the changes beginning July 1st. Marriage licenses would increase from $100 to $125. Civil marriage ceremonies would increase from 250 to 300 plus HST through the week, and then after hours that fee would increase to 350 plus.
Okay, so no changes from what we brought forward a couple weeks ago. Comments, questions? Seeing none, we did have a pretty healthy discussion on this before, so seeing no comments, questions, I'll call the question. All in favor? Motion is carried. Thank you. And 14.2, multi-use recreation complex debenture bylaw. It's the first of these, right?
Second, actually.
Oh, I stand correct. Recommendation is a bylaw 27-2022 being a bylaw to authorize certain new capital works of the corporation of the town of Prescott municipality to authorize the submission of an application to Ontario Infrastructure and Lands Corporation, otherwise known as OILC, for financing of such capital works, and to authorize long-term borrowing for such capital works, the issue of debentures to OILC. This be read and passed, signed by the mayor and clerk, and sealed by the seal of the corporation. Could I ask for mover, please? Moved by Councillor Jansman, seconded by Councillor Burton. Mr. Armstrong, comments?
So this is a revision of a previous bylaw, and so what you have before you see, after we submitted our application, Construction Ontario said that because we need a significant more in construction financing, the 15 million, as opposed to the $5 million, up to $5 million would be the end product. They asked that we pass the application for 15, just so that they can do all of their due diligence and work and have that in place. But at the end of the day, we're still looking only up to $5 million, and that this is more requirement by Infrastructure Ontario, just making sure that we cover our due diligence from that standpoint.
And just as a comment, there is a lot of due diligence on this. OILC has been sending emails. I'm copied on all of them as well. So it's not an overly onerous process, but there is a lot of I's to dot, T's to cross, that sort of thing. So good, we're keeping on top of it. We're moving forward to get the arena and recreation complex finished. Any further comments, questions? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Motion is carried. Thanks, everyone. 15, new business. Does anyone have any new business they'd like to bring forward tonight? Seeing no. 16, notices of motion. Does anyone have any notices of motion to bring forward this evening? Also seeing no. Mayor's proclamations. We do have 2 tonight, and I will read them forth. 17.1 is the longest day of smiles. Dated June 19, 2022, whereas Operation Smile Canada is a global medical charity providing free life-changing surgeries excuse me, and medical care to children born with cleft conditions around the world. And whereas every 3 minutes a child is born with a cleft condition, and lack of access to safe, effective surgery means that easily treatable conditions like cleft lip and cleft palate can become fatal. Operation Smile Canada believes every child born with a cleft condition deserves exceptional surgical care. And whereas the longest day of smiles will unite Canadians from coast to coast as they raise awareness and funds to support this important cause. To learn more, please visit www.longestdayofsmiles.ca. And whereas on June 19, 2022, the community of the town of Prescott is encouraged to celebrate the longest day of smiles by sharing hashtag longest day of smiles on social media. I, Mayor Brett Todd, do hereby proclaim June 19, 2022 as the longest day of smiles here in the town of Prescott, and I commend its thoughtful observance to all citizens of our municipality. That's of course dated today, the 6th of June, 2022. And the second one under 17.2 is to proclaim Pride Month once more here in the town of Prescott. Whereas the town of Prescott strives to be a safe, welcoming, and inclusive community for all, and whereas the town of Prescott recognizes that diversity is a vital and integral part of our community that is celebrated and strengthens our town, and that we should take pride in our identities and never feel we must hide who we are at work, school, or within our families and communities. And whereas the community of the town of Prescott is immeasurably enriched by the diversity of our people, including those members of the Two-Spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered, queer plus, 2SL, LGBTQ plus communities. And whereas acknowledging and participating in Pride underscores and affirms our respect for the dignity, equality, and visibility of 2SL, LGBTQ plus peoples and families. Therefore, I, Mayor Brett Todd, here at the town of Prescott, proclaim the month of June 2022 as Pride Month. I encourage all citizens, regardless of sexual orientation, to celebrate together in recognition of the rainbow of diversity with which our 2SL LGBTQ plus community contributes to the town. And this is, of course, also dated the 6th of June, 2022, here in the town of Prescott. And for a couple comments expanding on this, we always have the Pride flag raising, which I believe we have a date or are close to finalizing a date there. And we did repaint the Pride crosswalk. I believe that was just completed today. So great stuff for Pride again this year. This is something, I think we've done this every year of this term of council. And something that I know I take some pride in myself, because it is something that I think we do need to acknowledge, especially in small towns. And we have seen some of a backlash on that, but every year it's getting lesser and lesser as we demonstrate our resolve to pride and to human dignity, human rights, and continue to move this forward. But Matthew, comments on the flag raising and what we're doing there.
Yeah, so I believe we're aiming for Wednesday of this week, and we will obviously invite all of council if they're able to make it, and we'll raise it and be able to celebrate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thanks all of council for the support on this this term. I think this is something we've gotten great recognition for that. It's not why we did it, but it promotes the cause, and I think it's a good thing we've done, because in small towns, small communities, you just don't know what people can have to face sometimes in high school and school, and just being in the community overall. There can be some very bigoted mindsets that have to still be overcome. It's sad that that's still with us today, but we did find that out when we did paint that crosswalk, and we've stayed strong. We've continued to repaint that crosswalk however we needed to, and we continue to celebrate Pride each and every June here in the town of Prescott. So happy Pride to everyone, and we'll get the flag raised officially on Wednesday, and we hope to see everybody there. We'll get that out on social media as soon as we can as well, because we usually get good support within the community. We always want to get a lot of people down there for that flag raising. So with that,
What time is that?
I think we're aiming for 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
okay, thanks everyone again. And we are moving on. We do have a closed session this evening under 18. So the recommendation is that council move into closed session at 9 p.m. to discuss matters pertaining to 18.1 approval of the closed session minutes, 18.2 purchase and sale, noted under section 239(2)(c) of the Municipal Act. That's a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board. 18.3 legal matter under section 239(2)(e) of the Municipal Act. This involves litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board. And that the CIO, treasurer, clerk, economic development officer, deputy clerk, and interim director of operations remain in the room. Do I need to? And we are also Mr. Brett Stuffco will be attending as well as with a presentation from the Compendium Group based here in Prescott. So those are the people that will be remaining in the room for the closed session tonight. Could I have a motion, please? Moved by Councillor Ostrander, seconded by Councillor Shankar. Any conversation, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Motion is carried. We will go into closed session now, and we will be back. I'm not even going to hazard a guess on when we're going to be